Morning guys, Matt here from VJ Facet. I'm just doing a quick overview of the machine and what you'll get when you unbox your machine. How to set it up and a couple of do's and don'ts. So when you get your machine, it comes with obviously the blue instruction manual. Everything you need to know is in there for a bit of a read. Comes with a lap retaining knob, dop holder board, a wire dop and a T-dop, 45-degree T-dop. This T-dop here is used for when you're changing your index wheels. It's all spelled out in the manual. In your cooler bottle you'll find some other goodies. Hang on, just unscrew that. In here you've got your transfer jig, your spanner, complete set of 20 dops, your alignment tool for your transfer jig. I'll do another video on transferring stones with the VJ jig. Quite simple, highly accurate. And there's a little spare O-ring here. This little O-ring is for the little collet, for your lap retaining collet here. Okay, when we get into the cutting videos down the track, I'll explain the advantages of using those. If ever you lose one of these, or you break one, give us a yell. I'll send you one out, no problems. I'll just put all that back in there. The customer coming to pick this one up this morning, so alrighty. So once you've plugged your machine in, you've got your encoder dial here. I'll just move this out of the way. Your encoder plugs in underneath here, the power cord here, and then your power up into your power supply, which comes with the unit. A couple of things to be careful of. Always plug these in. I know it sounds silly. Red to red, black to black. I've seen it done wrong. You'll blow the fuse in your unit straight up. Once you've got all that plugged in, turn your machine on. Machine's on. We're reading 0. We've got 0 down on our angle dial and 0 on our quadrant. So manually you can always tell that your quadrant's in the right position simply by looking here. The dot of the correlating angle will be just above this surface, and that's how we set them all up. Before you go changing any angles on your quadrant, you've got a quadrant lock screw. We need to loosen that, and then you can change your angles. Now, just put that down a little bit. When you're setting an angle, let's say we want to set to 45, a little bit hard with one hand. We come down and then we wind the angle adjusting knob in a clockwise direction. Okay, the reason for that is it takes up the backlash in the gears in here. So we come up, set it to 45. Oh, I've got a little bit too far. $45. Happy days. You set at 45. Nip your adjusting screw up. Don't over tighten it. And your angle will be at 45. That'll hover between a couple there, and that is just the backlash in here. Okay. The important thing is to use, and I've done this with my machine. I'll stop looking at this, and I'll stop looking at the dial indicator. And I'm still cutting just as fine. Okay, look at your dial, look at here, that's how it's all set up mechanically. Important do's and don'ts. When you're using your head on your quill and your stone in your quill, just be very careful. Hang on, I'll just get this out of the way. Just be very careful that you don't drop your head down in your quill. That will throw it out of alignment. And then when you're turning, or when you're cutting a stone, don't come over center and cut with the disc pushing into the stone. It'll pick up and chatter and it'll throw your head out of alignment. We'll get into more detail on that later. Height adjustment is done down here. We always say winding down and winding up. Always make your adjustments in an upward direction. Okay, there is very little backlash in this unit here, the threaded unit. However, if you wind down and then start to cut, there is a chance as your machine wears in that it could vibrate down and lose a little bit of your height. So again, always make these in a clockwise direction and you'll never have any problems. Now, should you power your machine off, you've been cutting today, you've turned your machine off, and the kids or somebody comes in and moves the quadrant. When you come back, turn your machine on, you're going to notice that you're somewhere near 60 degrees here, and your digital readout is still reading 45 degrees. How do we fix that? Loosen the quadrant lock, take her all the way up to 90. This is how the machines are set up in the factory here. Okay, 5, 1, 0. I don't know if you can see that. Spot on. Come up here, press the reset button, you're away. Now I'll just put that over there like that. Starting your machine. You've got a forward and a reverse screw here. I generally run mine in a forward, then you can then start your machine up. Okay. So with that running in that direction, you would obviously do your cutting over this side, not over this side. Never stop the machine with your directional button. Wind your speed down. This indicator here gives you a percentage of the speed that your machine's running at. Drop it down, turn it off, and I generally leave mine in that position, no problems. Okay. So for your cutting deck, you've got a lock here on a little T-handle. Just lock that. It'll stop this moving, and you can then do your height adjustments up and down still. Need to move this, unlock that, it'll move around. Happy days. Alright guys, I think that's about it for this first little video. I'll be doing some more in the near future on cutting. I've learnt to cut off a commercial cutter. We'll do a round brilliant. I found it pretty effective, and he uses the VJ machine. So we'll get into how you do the table and all that good stuff. We'll do some videos on dopping using the VJ jigs, and also unboxing. When we send a machine to you, I'll show you exactly how to unbox it so you don't do any damage to yourself and or the machine. Alright, if you've got any questions, drop us a line. I'll definitely answer it. I'll put this up on YouTube and on our website and on our Facebook page. Alright, thanks for your time guys. See ya.